And thanks for checking back into the channel. It's Vintage and Collectible Stuff here with your host. And last week I did a little day trip. I went and saw about 5 or 6 antique stores that were sort of local to my house. And I've got a whole bunch of stuff here I'm going to show you. And I'm going to start off here with this really cool thing. I actually thought this was more valuable than what it is when I actually brought it home and looked it up. This is a 1983, so it's vintage. It's 40 years old. 1983 Kiss air freshener. So when you say the word air freshener, you're like, oh, well, it's just an air freshener. But it's Kiss. It's 40 years old. It's in great condition. No, it doesn't smell like, pine cones or anything anymore. But I think this is pretty cool, like relic from the past to sort of like keep if you are a big rock and roll music fan. So that was kind of cool. I only paid $5 for it, so I mean didn't spend a lot. Okay, what else do I have? A whole bunch of cars here. So I'm going to start with I think this is the oldest. This would be 1950s Triangle Racer number 1, even though it says number 6 there. I think it's number 1. It's a tin wind up. So that's where the key, which of course don't have the key, don't have the box, but that's where the key would go, would wind up. And it's got 1 wheel left and 3 hubcaps. And looking pretty good, actually. You know, overall, for being 1950s, you're looking at 70 plus years old, likely. So, yeah, I thought this was a really cool little toy to pick up and put this on eBay. There on the bottom, it says what I already said it was. Triangle Toys made in England. So that is a pretty cool vintage tin wind-up toy. So I'm going to put that over there. Next thing, we're going to look at the Midge Toy Troop Transit or Transport. So this is Midge Toys. Zoom in here on the bottom for you in Rockford, Illinois. It's got 4 original wheels. It is very much a low rider, which will become a common theme in these other things I'm going to show you. And it's of course army green. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit inside, but this would be a soldier troop transport truck. So that's pretty kind of cool. So got it for cheap. Got all these things actually for cheap. Otherwise I probably would not have bought them. All right, next would be the 1960s Dinky Toys. This is a 4-berth caravan. It is the light blue and cream color version. It's got the hook here because of course it's pulled by a van, a truck, a car. I'm not really too sure. It's got the short little wheel here. It's got 1, 2 wheels in the back. There's the stamped information. Dinky Toys, made in England by Meccano Limited, number 188. So that's out there. It is missing. If I just turn it around one more time, it is missing the door. It slides open, but you can buy a replacement one of those for about, I don't know, $5, $6, $7 plus shipping. So they do come available to buy a replacement. So that's really neat. Sticking with the England theme here, this one here, let me just look at my notes again. This would be a Matchbox 21A Bedford luxury or deluxe coach. It is London to Glasgow. As you can see, the sticker there, a little bit left on it. Not so much on this side, but it's got the 4 wheels. It's got Lesney, England on the bottom. Got most of its paint actually still on it. It's actually in excellent condition, minus like the decal that is missing, kind of missing on that side, but most of it's on that other side. So display it like that. People get the idea of what the original would have looked like. So that was really, really sweet. It's also very, very small. So what can I kind of compare it to? Well, let's check the Batman. So you see it's almost half, that's 3/4, 2/3 of the size of this Batman car, which is the next one I'm going to show you. This is a 1989 ERTL Batmobile. So I guess this would have came out at the time of the Tim Burton, the Batman movie with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson as the Joker. So that's pretty cool. Nice to pick this up for a few bucks. And it's got the sticker on the top. And it's got the stickers for the lights. And the rear lights are there. So that's neat. We have a 1987 Franklin Mint. This is a, 1957 Buick Skylark, I believe. Convertible. So it is almost in excellent condition. It is missing the steering wheel. It does have a couple marks here. I did wash the wheels, so the wheels are pretty clean now compared to what they were. There is, other than that, there's not really any chipping of the paint. Of course, the hood opens up to see inside, and the two doors open, as you can see. So, worst comes to worst, it's good for parts. Doors, hood, wheels, whatever you can salvage from this. It's not obviously 100% complete. Almost finished. We've got these two cars here. I'm going to move those to the side. These were really these were curiosities when I looked at them, because I've never seen this brand before. These are called JADA toys. And I'm going to zoom in here. So JADA Toys Incorporated, made in China. It's a scale of 1/64. This is a 1987 Regal. And there's no paint on it. So it's either it came unpainted, or someone did the unbelievable job of taking all the paint off this car. And I haven't decided which way or what happened to this, how it came to be looking like this. But the interesting thing is that there was a second car there. This is a 1951 Mercury, and it's the same thing. It's got no paint. And if somebody went to the trouble of taking the paint off, they did a really good job, in my opinion. Why did they do that? Were they going to paint it themselves? Or is this the way this was purchased for someone to paint it? So if you know the answer to this mystery, please let me know in the comments. Painted one of these actually go for a good buck. $20, $30 US. Painted ones. So if it actually had if it was completed. So I don't know what an unpainted version would go for. And yeah, so those were pretty cool, I must say. Never heard of JADA toys, and now I do. Now I have. All right, where am I at? I'm at two more things. Second to last, we've got ourselves here a 1986 Randy Macho Man Savage doll. Now, the seller had actually another 5 or 6, including Hulk Hogan and I think Andre the Giant and Ricky Steamboat and 1 or 2 other ones. But this one was in really, really good condition compared to the other ones when it comes to like the paint. So there's a little bit of paint off the star there, but I cleaned up the boots pretty well, and I found this to be in excellent condition for something of as old as 1986. So quite happy to pick that up. I paid $10 for this. I don't mind saying $10 for this Randy Macho Man Savage. And now we get to the last and the most exciting of my pickups, and that is what's in this bag here. So I never heard of this brand before. It's from the 50s. These are plastic, and these are, I'm going to call them vintage because I do believe they are from the 50s, maybe the 60s. These are vintage road signs that were made by a company, or at least on the bottom it's called SIKU, 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 and I think it's an abbreviation for a German name, because I really believe these were made probably in West Germany, and if not, then they were probably made in England by a really weird sounding corporation. that specialized in all kinds of toys during the 1940s and 1950s and then the 60s. But these signs are in German. So it made me think West Germany. And we've got that road sign there. And then all 25 signs are different. So there we've got cattle crossing there. And we've got crosswalk here. And it's on the bottom that you had to really zoom in to make out the 4 letters SIKU. And then, of course, I just Googled it from there and figure out these are really, really old. And I checked on eBay, and these don't come up very often. So I think it's a very, very rare collection of 25 different road signs that will probably go with some sort of, I don't know, some train set or some car set. So fantastic. Fantastic find. I'm really impressed with that. So anyways, that is all I've got for you today. You know, I've got some Batman, I got some Kiss, I got some military cars, I've got a really cool racing car if I don't drop it again. That's really neat. I got Kiss, and I got Macho Man Savage. So thanks for watching my video, and put the link to my eBay store below if you're interested. And I got some more collections coming up in the next few days. Thanks for watching.